Hey, good Friday morning, folks. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive Morning Weather Update. Sorry, my phone just died, I realize, so I probably won't be able to talk to you or respond to your questions if it doesn't come back. But we have quite a storm system. It's, we'll get through it. It's not something historical or anything, but it's what I'm calling our first significant fall rain system. Fall rain systems come with some wind, so we'll have to deal with that too, especially in the eastern half of the state, the southeast quarter, Saginaw through Flint, Ann Arbor, Detroit, on Sunday morning, it looks like. So let's get on into it. We've had in northern Michigan, down through the tip of the thumb, we've had some showers overnight. Those continue to move east. That's the warm front moving east. So these will be winding down out of the Traverse City area now for the most part, and out of Cadillac. And eventually they'll be out of Alpena and Rogers City and those places. Well, southern Michigan looks to stay dry. Here's bigger look at it, so you can kind of see the dry wedge over in Wisconsin that will be with us today. Also notice the spotty showers around Milwaukee down to Rockford, Illinois. That little patch could drift in as a 10-15 minute shower, a warm shower. We'll look at that too. So, and we'll look at that right now actually with the radar forecast. All right, so what do I got for you here? Okay, here's the high-resolution rapid refresh. Let me just hit update here for you. Okay, so here we go let's go to noon. And the showers have moved out of the northeast, and they haven't redeveloped anywhere in lower Michigan. Into for this afternoon. So I would say today is a dry day. Now, this is 7 o'clock this evening, 8, 9, 10, 11, midnight. And then let's go to overnight tonight. Bands of showers, maybe thunder showers come in. 7 tomorrow morning. Not a lot of activity. This is really just the leading edge of the storm system. This is really kind of an unrelated frontal system or wind shift that's setting off these showers. This is 10 tomorrow morning, 11 noon. So you do get showery and note thunderstormy too. This is 1 and this is 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. So indications are a line of thunderstorms will develop in the south half of the state tomorrow afternoon when we'll be 75 to 80 degrees. So I do watch for the potential for some severe thunderstorms. Now, we jump to the North American model that goes out 60 hours. And very similar. 10 o'clock, 11 noon today, the showers winding down. This one has wanted to develop some patches of 4 or 5 o'clock showers scattered across the state, light in nature. I would not disagree. That's my sidewalk wetters, a couple of hundreds or so. Now we go through the night tonight. This is 3, 4 a.m., so still showing Traverse City up to the Mackinac Bridge gets in that line of showers overnight. And then let's see if it does the same thing with thunderstorms. This is 1 tomorrow afternoon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it kind of does the same thing. But this model should be better in the long term, and then you start to see the storm system coming toward us. This is the middle of the night, Saturday night, and then this is Sunday morning, 8 a.m., line of thunderstorms. That's the wind gust right there. Flint to Ann Arbor, Detroit. Gust to maybe near 50 miles an hour real quickly for, an hour or so as that front passes, and then the wraparound moisture comes in. Let's go to the European model, and it continues to now over the last 3 or 4 runs have the stripe of heavy rain from southwest to northeast across Michigan, lower Michigan. And so looks like we're going to get a pretty good dousing in a lot of places that could use a good dousing. And if you hang on just a second, looks like I'm getting my...
The media should be covering this. If you can't afford car insurance anymore, it's not your fault. The problem is you can
Just a second here. Okay, there we are. All right, I'm back. All right, let's say hi to some folks. Good morning, Tom Ramsey. Any heavy frost coming soon? Freeport area? No. Beverly Paddock, good morning. Larry Pusker, good morning to you. And good morning from cloudy Warren. David Feinboom, is frost later than usual in southeast Michigan? Getting there. You know, that's been the big adjustment in the climate, is that we have later and later frost. So yes, by the time we get to probably near Halloween and there hasn't been any major frost there, it will be late. This is the European model, so this is going to handle the larger storm system better on Saturday night, Sunday. So this is Saturday afternoon into evening, 6-hour rainfall amounts. This is Saturday evening to 2 a.m. Sunday. This is the middle of the night to 8 a.m. Sunday. And what do you see in that red? That's 2 to 3 inches of rain, and then surrounding a smaller strip of 1 to 2 inches, and then surrounding that a smaller strip of 1/2 inch to an inch in that 6-hour period. So what that says is it's going to be a wet night Saturday night, and then this is Sunday morning into early afternoon and afternoon into evening, and you see that Sunday is a wet day, off and on showers. At times you get quite soaked. And then here's Monday, and the next storm system already showing up. This is sped up. I was showing you this yesterday for Tuesday night into Wednesday. Now it's more, this is Monday night right there. So that's Monday at 8 p.m. So you're looking at Traverse City getting back into the rain Monday night, and Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, and even into the eastern part of the state. And then this storm system projected to wrap around and drop down Tuesday night into Wednesday. And that right there could be the upper low traveling south. And then somewhat quieter. Now we're out to October 25th, October 26th, October 27th. And cool patch is working its way off. Remember, I like to show you the ensemble to see if the operational mode is doing the same, and it is. So this is the ensemble. Remember, this is 50 tweaks. Tom Ramsey, rain in Ann Arbor tomorrow for the game at noon. We better go back. Let me see here. Let's see. I would say it's going to be very close, but I think you're probably going to be okay on the rain. All right, back to the ensemble. See if it does the same kind of thing for the Saturday night storm. And it does. This is Sunday morning. Low pressure center over Saginaw. Circulation behind it. Wind picking up. Remember, 5-mile-an-hour gusts for every one isobar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 30 to 35-mile-an-hour gusts, although there's a gust front, and I'll show you that in just a second. And then by Monday, dry if you're looking to get something done. And then here comes the next storm system, Monday night into Tuesday. And it does a very similar thing in cutting off an upper low and kind of swinging it through the state before we dry out and head into, hey, if you believe it, this is next weekend, 9 days out. And that would be a great pattern with high pressure built in. All right, what else? All right, so here is the European's total rainfall off of its operational forecast. And there you see 1/2 inch to 1 inch in the far southeast, then 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Then the Saginaw area, 1.5 to 2.5 inches. Grand Rapids, it's got 3.6 inches. I wouldn't go that far, but it says that anywhere between 1.5 inches and 2.5 inches, probably a pretty good likelihood. Even Traverse City, 2 inches total. Remember, this is total rainfall through the time it ends Sunday night. And then the next storm system, it comes in and adds on, another 1/2 inch or so. So this is total rainfall through the 2 storm systems, and that will certainly help a lot of that parched, severe drought stripe from Saginaw through Mount Pleasant, Alma, over toward Muskegon. Here's total rainfall. Here's the total rainfall from the European in its ensemble mode. And as we take it through Sunday's rain, the ensemble says the heaviest strip runs from near Kalamazoo, South Haven, Grand Rapids, Bay City, Midland, into the northeast, and that heaviest there it's showing is 1.5 inches to 2 inches of rain, but all of lower Michigan getting in on 1 inch, and the western UP. What are winds like, Tom Pastula? All right, that's a real good one. Let's go to that right now. Bear with me here. Let's see, what do I want to use? Let's use the European, and let's go to gusts. So over the next 2 days, we'll have 20-mile-an-hour gusts or so. This is Sunday morning at 8 a.m. And this has been pretty consistent where the models have been showing a gust front and 40 to maybe 50-mile-an-hour gusts. This would be 2 p.m. on Sunday, and this would be in the 6-hour period from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So basically what we're seeing is towards Sunday morning, the winds really pick up from Saginaw into the Thumb to Flint to Ann Arbor and the whole Detroit area and Monroe. Moves off in the afternoon, and then the winds die after that. I wanted to show you this upper airflow, 15,000 feet up. Just to give you an idea that, and I'm going to be writing about this, is we have our first, what we call an atmospheric river coming. That's where the moisture just pours into the west. There you see the tight packing. Now here's our Tuesday. There's our Tuesday storm system. And then the jet stream. Look at out west toward the end of October how the jet stream gets really active. Sends another storm our way about the 29th. And, so the pattern change is coming because we're seeing a lot more cut-off low pressure systems. Temperatures, though, still overall will be running warmer than normal. This is today. Eventually, we get into the upper 60s in the afternoon from Flint to Ann Arbor, Detroit, Grand Rapids, you're at 68. Traverse City probably could make it to 68 degrees. Turd Ferguson riding dirt bikes north of Atlanta Saturday morning into early afternoon. Am I going to need rain gear? Oh, let's go back. Let's go to the high resolution rapid refresh tomorrow morning in Atlanta. That's in the northeast. This is 8, 9, 10, 11. So the high-res model says, yes, you are going to need rain gear. All right, temperature. So 60s today. Back to 70 in Saginaw tomorrow, 67 Grand Rapids. That could be a little bit cool. Then look at Detroit area and Ann Arbor, 75 to 80 degrees. Traverse City, still warm for this time of the year, in the mid-60s. Here's Sunday. You can pick out where the cold front is. Trailing from the low pressure center. Temperatures go from the 60s to the 50s. So it's not a severe cold front, but it is a cold front. Monday highs in the low 60s. And then when we get behind that upper low pressure center, we'll have some cool weather next Tuesday, Wednesday, November-like weather. So Wednesday, highs in the low to mid 50s, probably morning low temperatures in the 40s. It'll be a very even temperature, but very cool. This will spark a lot of fall color change very quickly as we go into the next weekend. And so this is Saturday, low 50s for highs. Next Sunday, low to mid 50s. Next Monday. And then it appears as though we work that off and start to go back to the 60s. And in fact, the extended forecasts are warmer than normal. But I always like to preface the fact that if we go 7 days and then get back to warmer than normal, it's not as warm as it could be 7 days earlier because we're losing a lot of power from the sunshine. So warmer than normal going out toward the end of October usually means highs in the 60s, maybe touching 70 degrees. There's your weather update. I'm going to be watching this for you for Saturday night, Sunday morning. We're in drought, so we can handle 2 to 3 inches of rain on ground. You know, our poor draining roads, low spots, you know, very typical in the Detroit area. You get some flooding. If you get a heavy rain, it goes down into these intersections and whatnot. That's the kind of flooding we would be looking at. Once it stops, it goes down pretty quickly within an hour or two. But if you're planning on traveling to those bad drainage areas, you know where they are at, then you could have some problems Sunday morning. And we'll watch for those 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts very quickly for an hour or so in the southeast on Sunday. That's not a damaging wind gust, but it is breaks a big dead branch off of a tree and brings on top of a power line spotty type power outage type deal. There you go. There's your weather update. I'm Mark Torregrossa, Chief Meteorologist here at MLive, and I probably will be talking to you and writing for you on the weekend with the storm system. Take care.